All right, and we are live. Welcome, everybody, to Tigress Talk. We are on episode 4, if you can believe it. So, thank you all for tuning in. I'd like everyone to introduce themselves and just say, quickly what you thought about the game on Friday. I was kind of underwhelmed, honestly, with the offense, but again, really impressed with the defense. That's kind of my overarching opinion on it. What did you guys think?
Um, I was also a little bit. I mean, obviously, we were all disappointed about the drops with Jamar Chase. I'm not worried, but it was disappointing. And but the defense was good, and I mean, obviously, we'd want to win, but it's preseason, so that's okay, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. What do you guys
Yeah,
think?
I was still excited about our O line, weirdly enough. I mean, no sacks yet. Two
I
games
think there was
in.
one. Was there one at the end?
And
Okay. I
if
thought
it's
they
at
were
the
they were
very end, does it
trying to
even
score one.
really count though?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
say
don't
it.
I don't think there were any sacks from like our starting offensive line. So
No, definitely none from the starters. I know that for sure.
And going against like the Bucks D and Washington football D, that's not even if it's preseason, that's a good sign that we're trending in the right direction from last year. So that was what I
Yeah,
was pumped for.
yeah.
totally agree. Jerry, what did you think?
No, I agree. I think that the defense definitely shined through a little more than the offense did, and I'm trying to look at that more positively than the offense not doing real great. But again, it's not all of our starters, and it's still just the preseason, and I'm not going to sit here and act like the sky is falling right now. If this was maybe like week 3 or 4 and it was Joe out there and we had all the pieces in there and it was still not coming together, then maybe I would be a little more worried, but I'm not really that concerned right now.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, honestly, the biggest thing I was disappointed in was the penalties because I feel like those I know that they'll get better. I know that they will, but I mean, we lost so many yards on penalties. It was just like I felt like every time you turn around, it was another penalty. And I thought some of them were a little ticky tacky, but in general, I feel like we just need to clean it up a little bit. But I'm glad you guys brought that up about Jamar Chase. I'm really not worried, and I'll tell you why. Because when he was at LSU, when he was a freshman at LSU, they had a pretty mediocre season from what I remember. I don't remember the record, but I remember hearing about the summer of 10,000 catches. I don't know if you guys remember this at all, but so 2018, he was a true freshman. He came in, didn't catch a whole lot of passes. Then they had the summer of 10,000 catches where these coaches came up with these crazy drills. They ran him through, they put like goggles on him with blinders and had him catch these balls. Like they'd open a door and the ball would be right there and then have to catch it. So they ran him through like all these insane drills, right? Well, then he came back the next year and he like increased his yardage by like 400%. They won the national championship. So this is a guy who's not afraid of hard work, who knows what it takes. He didn't play last year. He's still got
Exactly.
some cobwebs he's got to, shake off, but I think he'll be fine. He's been here before. He can do it again, in my opinion.
Exactly. And I know people have been mentioning this, but how much of his practice has been with our, second string quarterback?
None.
Exactly. So, there's a reason we brought him and Joe back together. That's the two that have the chemistry. So I wouldn't put too much stock in that. Now, I see the argument that at his level, like he should be, if it gets near him, should be able to catch it in theory. But I mean, I feel like it's been too much of a storyline this week, the whole Chase thing, period. Like the moment that the game was over, that's what the national media picked up and ran with. And that's what social media has gone with. And to me, it was like such the smallest line
He
of
only
that
had three
whole game.
targets. I mean, come on, yeah,
I don't know.
I totally agree. I think it's been way overblown. And then God love him today, he dropped one in practice and everybody was like, see, it was with Joe Burrow and he still can't do it. And I'm just like, people, oh my God. I mean, when you think about the fact that the rookies from last year didn't even get a preseason, they didn't even get a camp really. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just so thankful that he has this time because he's got time to figure it out. Even if it takes I don't think it's going to take 10,000 more catches, but even if it does, I mean, he will be great for years and years. And he is so young. I mean, freshman year, sophomore year, national championship, junior year sat out, and now he's ours. Like, he's so young. He has his potential is limitless in my opinion. So I could not be less bothered about what's going on with him right now in these games that don't matter. And we haven't even talked about the fact that the Washington football team has one of the best defenses. I mean, they are amazing. And I think they deserve a little bit of that credit for some of those drops too, especially
Definitely.
I think it was the second one. I mean, I wouldn't want to do that. But
I think we should be grateful that our first 2 preseason games were against such like noteworthy defenses.
Absolutely.
Got our chops. I'll be interested to see when we start like playing with stuff for the Dolphins. Really, that'll be different at home.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, and I think too, we all know that like the national media, for some reason, has something against Cincinnati. So they're always going to pick like even the smallest thing that's really not a problem and try to make it the biggest problem. When other teams are struggling, like they'll try to spin it positively for them. And for us, it's like, oh no, this is a complete bust. He's a complete bust. It's like, it's been 2 preseason games and like it's not even his quarterback. So they just always have to have something to say against us.
And I feel like it's totally unfair to judge somebody off of like a still photo or one clip, or it's like all these, they pick and choose these things and they bring up other players, and it's like, okay, let it go. I don't want to hear about these players that are no longer with us. Like, I don't want to talk about them. Like, let's focus on now what's going on in front of us. What can we fix now? And I really, truly believe that it will come together. No doubt in my mind.
NFL social media has the attention span and the memory of a goldfish anyway. Absolutely. So last week, could have just replayed his clip where he had, what was it, an 11-yard touching run or whatever, or something close to that. Just replay that. Remember like 1 week, it was less than 1 week ago.
Remember? No, but like seriously,
it was such a non-story that they
and nobody wants to talk about the fact that he's getting separation now. I mean, that was his problem early in camp. He fixed that problem. Now he's got this. I'm not even gonna call it a problem. I think it's just something that he can improve on. It's an opportunity to get better, and I think he excels in that area. So,
this is the time to do it. This is the time to work it out, and gotta give him the chance to do that before we just come down on him like that.
I totally agree. It's not fair at all. And I think he's a strong enough person that he's not going to get rattled by the talk around him. But I hope that he can really lean on his teammates and kind of get through this, because I think he's absolutely got everything it takes to be very successful and be a Hall of Famer. So
I do too. And don't you feel like he's got a similar attitude, or at least mental toughness, of Joe? Like, I feel like that's something they have in common, and so I don't see that being a problem either.
What's funny is when I was watching and reading about the summer of 10,000 catches, Coach O is just cut from a different cloth. He is something else. And, hearing him talk, I'm just like, I really feel like his guys are just a different breed. They just come with a mental toughness that you only get from being, supported and mentored in the right way, and tough where you need to be and loving where you need to be. And I feel like Coach O is a really great coach for those reasons. And so I feel like all these guys that are coming out of LSU are really kind of bringing that little extra, intangible thing to the team. So, but anyway, enough about Jamar Chase. I know he'll get it together. I'm not worried. As far as the defense, obviously I was upset about the penalties, but defense, I mean, a lot of great things. Obviously, Joseph Asai wasn't out there. We hear today, maybe not. He's going to be out for the season. I hate to even speculate until I hear the official news from the team. Everybody is wanting to be first. I feel like it's more important to be right than it is to be first. So, I'll wait till I hear the news from the team on how long he's going to be out for the injury. But I feel like even with him not out there on Friday, I feel like we still have a lot of really great options on defense. And I feel like, this is the time where Marcus Bailey can step up and Jalen Davis maybe. And, obviously Cheeto, we're all excited about Cheeto. So I feel like we'll be okay. Even if he is out for the season, which I hope he's not. I'm going to keep my optimism until I hear otherwise officially.
Yeah, that was really painful to see earlier, and not even so much for like us, because I know we're all a little devastated, but I just feel terrible for him because
I know,
he
right?
just had this great game, and I mean, his first sack was against Tom Brady, and now he potentially might not play the season, and I know that's got to just be eating him up inside because he knew that. I mean, he had to, be fired up for the season going forward, and now it might not be there for him.
Yeah. But I think that he's going to be great. Like Jamar Chase, I think he's going to be great for years and years and years. So I think, having, even if he is out the whole season, which again, I hope he's not, I think he'll come back and do really well for our defense. And, I'm excited about them getting Noah Spence. I really liked watching him at OSU. I think he was good his rookie year. I think he had like 5 sacks his rookie year, and then he kind of his production fell off. I kind of lost track of him after that. I know he came from the Saints, but and I know he was injured at one point. But I'm excited to have him on the team. He brings some experience for sure. Clay Cream practiced today. I didn't realize that he was out, but apparently he returned today. So,
That's huge.
I feel like there are a lot of positives with the defense that, losing one guy isn't gonna be the end of the world. But
yeah, I'm almost just as bummed for us, honestly, because we were very excited about like the Hendrickson Osai, show. I think that we all expected to be treated to this season, but I just saw where Travis said in the comments that Malik is saying it might not be the whole season. I don't know much about that injury. It's a common one to hear about, but I don't know much about it and its recovery time. Maybe Jess, but there is a possibility he comes back this season, and I mean, whatever it takes for him to heal fully, obviously. But
yeah, I work in heart surgery, so I don't know a whole lot about knee injuries, other than being a patient, because I've had knee injuries before. But apparently there's like multiple different ways to fix the meniscus, and they have different, depending on what treatment you go with, they have different recovery times. So I think it's just going to depend on how extensive the injury is, what all surgery he needs, what all, how he recovers. Everybody heals differently. So, I think it's definitely too soon to say without even really knowing what, the extent is, but
yeah. But we do have a lot of other exciting pieces, like you were naming off, on defense, and I still find our defense a fun defense to watch right now. You can see, like, I won't say we're where we want to be, but I will say that it seems like we have the start of something really cool. Like, it's kind of every other play, you kind of see something new clicking. So I am still excited about the defense.
I am too. And, the thing that I just keep seeing is that there just seems to be like a fresh energy. Like everybody is just swarming the ball and working together. And it's so cool to see. Like these guys really are playing for each other right now, I feel like. And they're clicking. And, all the things that you would want to see from a team, I feel like we're seeing right now with our defense. And I just could not be happier about that. So.
Well, and I kept watching the sideline again, and anytime we would do something great, like the whole team was just fired up. Everybody is like really bought into this, and you can just tell with how the guys are for everything. So that's always a good sign, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I noticed that too. And Hodge, Jessica mentioned that Hodge was exciting, but how great is it to have DJ Reader back? And we really got to, first game, but last game, I felt like we really got a good showing from DJ.
Yeah.
It's so exciting to see him back on the field.
Oh, yeah.
I try not to get too deep into the statistics because I don't really know what it all means. It's hard for me to kind of like ascribe like meaning to anything right now in the preseason, but I feel like most of the guys, when you look at their playing time, most of the guys like are really good, like starting guys. They didn't really get a whole lot of playing time. I feel like that's because like their positions are kind of set already. And now it's like we get into like the battles for these positions, this final roster. And I saw some cuts today that I was kind of not surprised about, but kind of kind of like, oh, because I feel like Freedom had a really good game. I mean, I saw number 92 tackling for a lot. I think it was it Fitzy or somebody else might have been in at that point, but I'm like, who is 92? He is enormous, and he's like tackling this guy, and he got cut today. So it's just it's always sad when people get cut, but it's a good problem to have when you have so much talent on a team that it's just the way it works. Unfortunately, I wish I could give them all a job. But,
yeah, it's a tough time of year.
Yeah. What do you think, Kayla?
Yeah, I mean, the defense was still. I mean, I had a lot of fun watching the defensive players. I really loved watching Shelvin too. Like, I feel like every time I'd look up, I'd be like, "Dang, he is just killing it." I was pretty impressed. And
Shelvin
he's
is also a large human. He's so big.
so big, and he's young. Yeah,
I think Shelvin is the one that I was like, why do his numbers look so small? He's number 99, and I was like, why do his numbers look so small? And then I saw him standing next to somebody, and I was like, is this like he's so much bigger than everybody else? Like everyone's numbers are the same size, but his body is just so much bigger. But
he's like a billboard out there. Like he should sell ad space on the back of the jersey. I'm number 99, but also like go to Panera. Like I don't know.
Yeah, he should definitely make some money off of that, like NASCAR guys. Like
the real estate.
Got a lot more. Got a lot more space you could sell.
So we did get to see him out there more, so that was good because I felt like I didn't really notice him in the first game, and so I agree. It was cool to see him out there. Can't miss him when he is out there.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely. I feel like after that game on Friday, though, as far as the running backs are concerned, I feel like I now have more questions than answers about the running back situation because I feel like they're all so good. Like, how do you pick when they're all so good? I mean, obviously Joe Mixon is a given. I feel like P. Ryan's spot is probably safe because he, was called upon a lot last year and did well last year. But, when you look at Chris Evans and you look at Patrick, I just feel like, how do you, and then you don't even, I mean, Travion Williams still hasn't played, unfortunately. So I really hope that he gets a chance to really prove himself because I think he could be a contender for that spot too. And it's like, how many are they really going to keep? I feel like it's such a hard, again, I want to keep all of them. Okay.
Yeah, that's why we lost Gio. It's such a loaded room and it was already a very expensive room. And
right.
Can't keep them all. I think it'll come down to who fits our schemes and like how we plan on running the offense and like making sure we have multiple looks we can go to, I guess. Should something happen that Mixon needs to be out for a little bit or anything like that, I think that'll be a big part of it. And then whatever intangibles the coaches see, I guess, in terms of how the players are in the locker room and beyond and as a teammate and that stuff, because other than that, to us on the outside looking in, it looks like an almost impossible choice. And I hope Travion gets to come back next week, show what he's got. But yeah, tough one.
Definitely. And then I'm sorry, these comments are so hard for me to see, but somebody just said Auden Tate more playing time, and I could not agree more. I mean, those catches were so awesome. I love seeing Auden Tate make those big catches, and I feel like that is like his bread and butter is just laying it all out and just going up there and getting it. And it's like there's people all around him, and they can't do anything about it. He's impossible to cover. So I am looking forward to see more of Auden Tate. I hope he makes the team because I really feel like he is a good addition. Even though we have a lot of wide receivers, I feel like he's always a good solid choice to have. So
I've always wanted him as our number 4, but I've I think since I first started Twitter, which was just a little over a year ago, I've been fighting with James Rapine about Auden Tate since day one. It was like I was in love with his play style. I know the knock on him is he doesn't get much separation, and maybe that's true, but like when he catches
He doesn't need it. He's ginormous.
right.
Separation is from the ground to his head. That's the separation.
Right. And I feel like, didn't he last season like literally wrap around somebody's waist and caught it like behind their back? I feel like that happened. Maybe I'm dreaming it. But I love
it. I'm going with it. Say it happened.
Yeah, he will jump in the air, roundhouse kick you, and then catch the ball with his pinky finger. I don't know how he does it. Like, he's just ridiculous. But I agree. More on.
Yeah, I think he'll be a
in a battle with James Rapine. I did not know this. I don't know how I missed this. But...
Yeah, heated fights.
All right. Well, now I know. You heard it here.
Yep. He was on some John Ross kick. It was ridiculous.
Well, we all know how that turned out.
Yep.
Sorry, I feel like I was talking over somebody. Was somebody else trying to say something?
Oh no, I was just saying that I think that Auden Tate would definitely be like the sleeper of the season. Like, it's definitely a surprise because I mean everybody talks about, you know, Chase and T and oh my gosh, my brain does not want to work today. Who am I forgetting?
Boyd.
Oh my God, what is wrong with me?
The number one slot receiver in the league.
Oh my God. It's been a day. But like everybody talks about them, and from everything that I've seen about camp, Tate's been like one of the MVPs for camp. So I think he's got a good chance of surprising a lot of us this year. Hopefully.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I feel like he's always just good to have because you just never know what's going to happen in the season. I feel like, you know, I pray that this year is different, but I feel like we're always unlucky when it comes to injuries. And I feel like you can just never have enough people stashed away. You know, I realize there's rules about this kind of thing. You know, you can only have so many, but I just feel like it's worth it to have good quality guys that can step in if they need to. So
yeah, a little bit of an insurance policy.
Totally.
Yeah. And he's strong. It's good to have a strong one out there.
I also noticed that T. Higgins looks bigger this year. Like when he was even doing his interview, I was like, I turned to my dad, I was like, did he gain weight? He looks good. He looks like, I don't know, he always looks kind of has like a little baby face. I always think he's like a little brother. And I was like, oh, he looks more grown up this year.
Totally. No, and I think Yaz actually said that too. She was like, you know, he like became a man. Was it Yaz or was it?
Yeah.
I don't remember. She was like, he became a man or something, and she was like kind of embarrassed about it. But no, I totally agree, Kayla. I think he is bigger, and I think he came to camp in better shape this year and is doing better because of that. I think last year, you know, being injured really kind of was a wake-up call for him. And because of that, he is taking better care of himself and, you know, working hard and, you know, has really come in better shape. And I totally think he is bigger this year. So can only mean good things because honestly, I was so pleasantly surprised by him last year. I did not think I was going to be as in love with him as I was last year. So he really stepped up in a big way.
Yeah, he's got ups too. It's not just like, I mean, now he's bigger and stronger, so he can really come down with it. But he's kind of an aerialist too. And I saw someone on Twitter mention that he was like reminiscent of like AJ Green and early in his career, but with more muscle or more body or something like that. Which is, I mean, almost sacrilege to say, but I didn't tweet it. I'm just saying someone did. But I can kind of get where they're coming from because I have noticed, especially in camp, he will go up for the ball. He's got a little bit of that, like, I don't know, those reflexes where he can do that.
Totally. No, and I feel like I noticed that last year. I feel like he did not care. He was not afraid to get hit. He was not afraid to, you know, fall down on somebody. Like he went for it every time. And, you know, God bless AJ Green and I wish him nothing but success. But I feel like after he was injured, you know, a few times, he kind of lost that. He lost that fight for the ball. And he seemed like he was afraid to get hit. He was afraid to, you know, he wasn't the toe touch guy anymore, you know? And I hope, you know, I wish nothing but the best for him going forward. But I feel like now T. Higgins is that guy. He is the guy who will fight to catch the ball. He will come down with it, you know, and you can cover him with 3 guys and he'll still find a way to come down with that ball. So I'm really excited to see his second year also.
Well, and didn't he say that he like idolized AJ growing up? So I think maybe he got a lot of his play from that.
Which I thought was so
Good point.
precious last year. That just is like, oh, my heart.
Yeah.
That's me.
That's probably why there's little echoes of his play. I mean, it's legit. You can see like where he stole a little bit of his game, you know, or trying to. He's still young, but you know, the other thing, and we can stop with T. Higgins, I'm sorry, but I feel like last year what I noticed most about him is since Joe Burrow is this quarterback that improvises so much and will extend a play, like hold on the ball too long, which is a big knock on him, but it's because he's trying to still look down the field and make a play. And Higgins, I felt, was really good about sticking in that with him, like really paying attention to what Joe was doing. And if a play broke down, like hanging in there because he isn't afraid to get hit. And so, like some of those last second sideline catches and the toe drag swag that was all over the place with T, I think that's because he hangs in there with Joe and isn't afraid to improvise. And so that'll only get better this year after they had a year together. So he's excited.
Definitely.
Totally. And I mean, I know we talked about it a little bit a couple weeks ago, but CJ is back and, you know, he's one to make a lot of good grabs too. So I think we're going to be fine on offense, and I'm not worried at all that things look disjointed right now. I think that it will come together at the right time and it will just be like this beautiful symphony when it's all finished. Everybody will have their part and play their part, and it'll be great. But these things take time, you know, and it might not be week 1, it might be week 2, but eventually it's going to come together. And I'm really excited because I think it's going to be really special when it does. And I'm glad that they're getting this time because last year they didn't have it. So I think it's just another advantage. So
I agree.
Definitely.
I'm trying to read some of these comments. I'm trying a new setup this week, and my microphone is like right in front of all these comments. So if you see me like doing weird things like this, it's because I'm trying to read all the comments. So thank you everybody for your comments. Let's see. O-line actions are speaking louder than words from Dalton. Absolutely. And yeah, I said LOL. I don't know what that was in reference to, but I know we're hilarious. We know. Yeah.
Love you guys.
Love you, Yaz. Mitzi, starting O-line looking so good. Yep.
I love Arrow just shouting out CJ.
Yeah.
Keep that CJ hype.
I can't see the comments. I'm so sorry, you guys. Can you guys see the comments?
Yeah.
Move the window.
Okay. Sorry, Cap is like giving me instructions, but okay, let's see. CJ top 10 of fantasy for sure. Defense has been an exciting surprise. I agree, Jessica, for sure. Offense, defense, pretty solid. Special teams looking amazing. I know we haven't even talked about special teams.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you. I mean, geez, what more can we say about McPherson that hasn't already been said? He's incredible, and Seibert too. I mean, gosh, another hard decision that I'm glad is not mine to make. But I really think, you know, whoever we go with is going to be amazing, and whoever we don't go with is going to haunt our dreams for years to come. like what's his face, Jake Elliott? Is that who it was?
Yeah.
Still mad about Jake Elliott.
That name goes in one ear and out the other.
I know, like, oh no.
My eye twitch is just like
I know.
in full effect right now.
Definitely.
Special teams doesn't get talked about so much just because, you know, they're not the squeaky wheel. They're solid.
Right.
And have been.
They're always solid. So
yeah. They got that thing humming. Everyone wants to know about your feet. What did I miss about your feet, Jess? What happened?
Okay. So I don't know if you guys saw, I retweeted Tony the Tiger tweeted out a video. We went down to Paul Brown Stadium a few weeks ago, and we were filming stuff for, just all kinds of stuff. And then they ended up saying, well, we really hate this exit video, this like emergency evacuation plan. It's just a bunch of like random arrows. And I think it would be cool if it was just you guys walking instead of these random arrows. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So of course I'm wearing like my sparkly, like 4-inch heels that Kayla made me. And so we're literally walking all over that stadium, like up the stairs, down the stairs, up the ramp, down the ramp, like everywhere in that stadium. And I love my sparkly shoes so much, but the sparkles on the edges like cut my feet.
Oh.
And so I had like an extra pair of flip-flops that I threw in my bag. So I was literally like, hold on. And I would have to like change my shoes really quick. Okay, I'm ready. And I don't know if you guys saw, but it's just like us just like walking, like we're like casually walking out of an emergency evacuation thing. So it was pretty hilarious.
I missed the flip-flop saga. I'm devastated.
Yeah, unfortunately, my friend Kayla Caskey, she was Coach Caskey, if you guys remember, running backs coach, his wife. She is like such a sweetheart. She's a dear friend of mine. She used to make these sparkly shoes. She doesn't do it anymore because it became to be like this. It grew to be this thing that she never like intended it to be, because she was just like doing it for herself and for a few friends. Then all of a sudden it's like madness. So she doesn't do it anymore. But she made me a few pairs of sparkly shoes that I love. But she put the tutorial out there in case anybody is interested in making their own sparkly shoes. But
It's nice.
But anyway, so yeah, which is a good segue into our fashion spotlight. I don't know if there's anything new. I rocked my Cincy shirt on Friday night that says "Pour some chili on me" with Cincinnati and like the Def Leppard style, and
Yeah, it was really cute.
As soon as I saw that, I like had to buy it the other day when I saw Cap with it. I was like, that top one, I need that. And then I immediately bought it.
It's so cute. It's so funny.
Please stop.
Yeah, it's actually really soft too, which I feel like the quality is sometimes some of their shirts are really soft, some of them are not as soft, and I'm a big stickler for softness. So that crop top that I got is really, really, really soft. So I really liked it. And then Cap just brought me this hat that he got for me. It's kind of cute. It's got like a script.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that is cute.
So he likes this like Clark Griswold one. I call it the Clark Griswold one. I don't know. I'm sure other people have worn it and made it famous, but I always just remember Clark Griswold having a Bears one. So I call it the Clark Griswold hat. But so that's like our matching hats. But have you guys seen anything recently since last week? I know it's not been a lot of time, but anything that you are excited about or that you like?
Everything. Just everything.
I know. I think I need to get more hangers again. I told myself I wasn't going to get any more hangers after my last box that I bought. I was like, this is so many hangers. I'm never going to need more hangers. I'm never going to get more hangers. And now I'm like, I think I need more hangers. So it's either I need to get more hangers, or every item that I bring into this house, I need to get rid of an item. And I don't see that as happening. I don't think that's realistic. So I might be getting some more hangers, but we'll see.
I get new hangers like every other month. And I always say, like, I don't know what keeps happening. And my husband is like, I know. Ask me. And I'm like, nobody's asking you, dude. It's fine. Go look in your closet. Stay out of my business.
Right? Worry about yourself. But how do you guys feel about ladies' jerseys? Do you guys rock a jersey? What do you think about jerseys? Whose jersey have you bought this year? Whose jersey would you like to get? Go.
Normally I just get the smallest men's jersey typically. Personally, I just think I like the way it fits a little bit better.
Better than the women's?
Yeah. I don't know if it's just my body or what, but I like the way it fits a little better. But I just got the new stripes Joe Burrow one this year. But I also have I have Gios and AJs and Carlos Dunlaps and,
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I still love all those guys. They're just,
me too.
It's fond memories. So
I agree. Like I will never speak badly about any of our former players. You know, I don't care what they do, what they say, you know, whatever. I feel like it's all just sour grapes, water under the bridge. You know, I will always have love for the time that they spent in Cincinnati. I feel like that means something and always will. So, you know, I don't begrudge them anything. It's a business. You know, for us, it's so
Exactly.
emotional. It's so emotional for us. But for them, it's just a business, and it's business decisions. And I can't, you know, I can't hate anybody for doing what's right for them and their families. And, you know,
Right.
so
Exactly.
Yeah.
anyway,
And they meant a lot.
jerseys.
All of them meant a lot to us. Like,
Yeah.
for years and years. Like, all of
Mhm.
those guys. So, like, obviously, like, I still am going to rock their jerseys occasionally. Like,
Yeah, totally.
so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I totally agree, Kayla. What about you girls? What do you what jerseys are you guys getting or have already gotten?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You got me beat on fashion. You go right ahead.
I don't know
queen.
about that.
Yes.
No, that would be Yaz. We all know that's Yaz. Yaz and Jess, you guys are like fantastic. But so I haven't gotten a new jersey yet because I'm coming home for the first game and I want to go to the pro shop, and I don't know which color yet I want. It's most likely going to be Joe Burrow, but I just want the jersey to like speak to me because I'm a psychopath and I want to like see it first before I buy it. But I did buy a Joe jersey right like a month before they said we were getting new jerseys. So that's of course
I think
me.
a lot of people did because of Christmas and stuff. So
Oh yeah.
but
Well,
that'll
and
always
then
be the first jersey that Joe wore. So it'll always
True.
be
Very true.
significant, I feel like. So, you know,
Well, and
instant
then
classic.
well, you guys know I live in Florida, and there's a store called Ross. I don't know if we have them back home in Ohio or not, but somebody
Ross?
on
Yeah, we have Ross.
somebody on Twitter told me that here in Tampa they had Bengals jerseys, like our last season's Bengals jerseys there, and I couldn't get there fast enough, and it was all T. So I'm like trying to like search through this whole store that was just like the biggest needle in a haystack, and I finally found them, and they only had extra large and extra large, and then
Oh,
because I still have a problem, I'm like, I can make it work somehow, and my husband's like, put it down. He's like, we do not need this. Like, but it's $30 and it's an authentic like jersey, but I'm mentally ill.
no, that's such a me thing. That's such a me thing. I'm like, I can make it work.
I could not
Stop.
make it work, so I left it there. But I was just like, now I'm like, do I just go to like every other Ross in Tampa and hope that they have like a medium or like a small? Because usually I'll get either a small in men's or like I'm really short, so sometimes I can fit into like the kids, like the biggest kid size, which is always a little bit nice because sometimes the jersey's a little bit cheaper. But yeah, the extra large like was down to my shins. It was not a good look at all. It's like, well, maybe I can just hang it up. He's like, oh, back away, slowly walk away.
I wonder what Florida Ross was doing with Bengals jerseys. Is the real thing.
I don't know, but like,
know there's a market.
well, the TJ Maxx by my house had FC Cincinnati stuff too. So
I think they knew
I
where
know.
you live is
They
what
do. They're like,
happened.
this
Oh, yeah.
girl, we got her. We
Yeah,
got this girl's
exactly.
number.
Exactly.
Like,
That's
just
so
swap
funny.
a couple down to the Tampa Ross. She'll find them.
Doesn't matter what size they are.
She'll just
Say
buy
extra large. Then they're like, no, pull back. She won't go for the extra large.
Oh,
But
that's
no,
funny.
no, totally. So we have Ross. I don't know that I've ever been in a Ross, but I know we have Ross. But we have Burlington, and Burlington, you can get some crazy deals on stuff at Burlington. They have jerseys, they have women's stuff, they have all kinds of stuff. I got some awesome like Nike shorts that are Bengals from Burlington one year. Like, so I feel like all the discount stores like TJ Maxx, Ross, Marshalls, Burlington, I feel like it's all just like really hit or miss. So either they have it or they don't, and you got to like spend the time to go through everything to decide. But
Or you could be like Jerry and get to know the store clerk and just have them text you when their Bengals gear comes in, which I'm sure is
it's
nice.
a good strategy.
I'm just gonna keep drinking and
Don't confess anything, but I'm on to you.
I plead the fifth.
Right. Well, the arrow says, I'll see y'all week 1. Make sure and tell Sarah, congratulations for putting up for me for 10 years. Oh, it's our 10-year anniversary. On 9/10. Oh, that's so amazing. We will
Aw.
definitely wish you guys a happy anniversary when we see you at the game. Are any of you guys going to week 1? I know
I
Kayla's
am.
coming next week to the preseason. Are you also coming to week 1, Kayla?
Yeah.
Yay! And Jerry's coming?
Mhm.
Oh, awesome. That is fantastic. Whitney, I'm sorry you can't come.
I want you guys to stop talking about this.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. We'll
Sorry.
stop. Are you going to get to any games this year, Whitney?
I don't know.
Any
Probably
plans?
not.
No. Okay.
I
I
would
get
just
it.
go with probably not, and then that way I don't get my hopes up and it's
Yeah.
a surprise if I do.
I get it. I totally get it. It's hard. It's hard to travel, honestly.
Yeah.
And I hope that, everything that's going on, I hope we can still have everything the way we want to have it, but I'm not even going to go there. So
Mm-mm.
does anybody have any closing thoughts? Anything?
No, I was just gonna say, like, I got the Burrow jersey, and I used to not like our jerseys as far as wearing them.
Uh-huh.
I felt like they were really stiff.
Yeah.
It was like everything that was going on, they were really uncomfortable for long-term wear. And then I was really surprised. Like, and I got the female cut, the ladies jersey for 9, and I liked the side panels that had like the aeration on the side. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's really stretchy and it had the holes in it. And it's not super tapered, but just enough, and it's super lightweight. So I'm a kind of a convert. I was wearing men's jerseys before just to give a little more space because they were
Mm-hmm.
so stiff, and then these I kind of like the women's jerseys just fine. I was
That's
all
cool.
over it. I like the new ones. They feel a lot better.
Yeah, I noticed that too because Cap got a new one of the new ones, and I don't know if you guys ever had a Color Rush jersey from last year, but I feel like the new ones are more like the Color Rush jersey material, and those were always like you felt that one compared to the other jerseys, and you're like, whoa, this is like a whole new ball game as far as material and fabric and stuff. And I've never been a fan of jerseys because I just don't think they're like that great on me because I just feel like they're very stiff and they're very like I'm a very tactile person. And
Yeah,
I cannot wear anything that is like stiff and rough. Like I just cannot wear it. I will not wear it. So I feel like I might be coming around. These new jerseys might make a believer out of me. So we'll see.
yeah,
But
they feel better.
that's good. Good to know. Good to know. I appreciate all your guys' input on that. Well, thank you everybody for joining in. Thank you, ladies, for your time as always. I so appreciate you taking time out of your day to come do this silly thing with me because I really love it, and I'm really I know we're a little rough around the edges. We all have day jobs. We're not professionals here, but I appreciate all you guys watching, and I appreciate the ladies that will come do this with me. So
Yes.
all
One thing.
What?
One thing. We're not going to talk before next game, right? Do you want Burrow on the field or not? I'm putting you on the spot.
I'm gonna say yes, but it's a begrudging yes because I kind of hope not secretly, but I know he needs it. I know that it's important, so I'm gonna say yes, even though I hope secretly in my heart that it's not.
I know
Awesome.
if it were up to him, he would be out there.
I know. He's crazy. He wants to go.
I might need some tequila before that.
I agree. I heard Cap one series. That's all I'm
Yeah.
asking.
Oh yeah.
I agree, and I know, and honestly, this O-line is really restoring my faith. The fact that they haven't let our guys get hit yet really makes me a believer. So I'm gonna and against very good defenses too, even so. I'm okay with it. Yeah,
All
one
right.
drive. I think we all agree one drive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
one.
what do you guys think, Kayla?
Oh yeah, I'm excited to see. I'm obviously nervous, but I'm very excited to see him back out there again. I think it's going to be good for him and for the fans who have been stressed for like a year. So
Yeah, I totally agree.
Everyone keeps talking about his mental hurdle, like getting past it. I'm like, what about us? Like, I have
Exactly.
I have a mental hurdle.
I do.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for all the awesome comments. Sorry I couldn't see them all, but we will see you guys next time. Okay, we'll figure out a day and time to do this again, and we'll see you all then. So thanks a lot.
Do it.
Bye.
Bye, guys.